Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shelly Haro, and I want to discuss on how you can encourage someone today. In fact, I want to encourage stepmoms. I have personally been a stepmom for a few years now, and so I wanted to discuss some of the challenges and some of the rewards of being a stepmom in hopes that I'd be able to save you some time and energy with some of the issues that have come up and that you can get to them faster than I did. Well, there's two things that I want to cover today. Number one, just setting rules and expectations and how that worked for me. And then second, becoming friends with the previous spouse. So those two things I want to cover today. Number one, when my husband and I were first dating, it seemed like everything was just wonderful. My husband's kids would come over and we'd laugh and play games and just really enjoy each other. And so as time progressed, my husband and I were getting more and more serious, and so we did decide we would get married and that we would obviously live together. Well, when that whole dynamic changed, when we started living together, there was this type of constant conflict, and there was just issues coming up. I mean, there was like, one issue came up and I couldn't even resolve it. Three more were right behind it, and just seemed like this spiral just of out of control issues. And I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know how much more I can take. It just seemed like I needed to step back and kind of take a different approach to the way things were being handled. So this is where I want to share with you that hopefully you'd be able to practice some of these issues to help you save some headache. Trust me. Number one, I felt like, of course, I wanted things done my way, as far as like when you're cleaning your room, clean under the bed, making sure you fold towels the way I do, or making sure that things are done my way as far as sweeping, things like that. And what I had to realize is that everyone does it a little bit different, and that these are kids. And so at the time they were 11 and 12. So I had to let them kind of grow and be happy that they were doing some chores around the house. So I kind of changed my approach, and what I say, it was like a hostile takeover when we first started living together, but then I realized that I needed to be more flexible, kind of letting things go a little bit. And that seemed to help out a lot, and the conflict started to lessen and lessen. And then, of course, through the years, I added more as they started trusting me more. And one of the other things I remember is that my husband would say, well, go ask Shelly and see what she thinks. And so then I would put thought, for example, if my daughter, really, I don't ever call them a step daughter or stepson. I always say my daughter. And that's in another video if you watch that one, why I've chosen to do that. Wanted to go and spend the night at some friend's house. And I would say, well, yes, of course. Do you know this person? Is it safe? And so, yes. And then, or if she wanted to wear something, she would ask me, can I wear this? And then after I put some thought into it, my husband would come back and say, no, you cannot wear that. No, you cannot go to your friend's house. So it really frustrated me in that he was not trusting my decision. And so I too kind of had to just sit back a little bit and kind of watch things happen and not get too overly offended or too upset about things, just knowing that we were a new dynamic trying to figure things out, because my husband had done it for so long that it was hard for him to pass that trust on to me. Now, the second thing I do want to talk about is becoming friends with the previous spouse. I know this sounds crazy, and you're saying, I'm not going to have, coffee with her or him, depending on the situation that you're in. But I guess more what I mean is in your mind to become friends with this previous person, knowing that you guys are on the same path to success for our kids, that whatever the situation has happened, how we've ended up where we are today, that we are wanting the best for our kids and we do want them to be successful. And when I would hear my husband's previous spouse's name, it would be awkward, and I would feel not even sure, uh, just an awkward feeling. And I felt like I needed to do something again, change my approach to this, because I wanted to. Well, our parenting styles may have been a little bit different. They're just different. They're not wrong. And so once I was able to see kind of the bigger picture and really be mature, even when my husband would speak of her or my kids, that I would feel okay about it. That it was this person, this other person that had Edward and Rachel, my kids, and now that they're in my family and we work together as a unit. And so I was able to become friends with her in my mind. And everything seemed to flow better. Now I hear her name. Now I can hear them speaking of her, and it doesn't make me uncomfortable. So I want that same thing for you. And again, to save you time and energy to get there faster. While raising other people's kids can be a challenge, there's a huge reward with it. And I encourage you to stay with it, to move in the right direction, that this can be successful together, and that you can make this work with you and your husband, because you guys have created this love. And for me, it wasn't so easy to find, and so I wasn't just willing just to give it up so easily. At any rate, I want to welcome you to come back, and I want to share more stories on how you can become a successful stepmom. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.